Welcome to toy-polloi.
Hello and welcome to another video from toy-polloi. Now I've just been sent this old R5-D4 that someone has previously tried to restore, and it's not that great. So this video is going to show you how to take something like this and we'll get it good and looking like new again. Now whoever's done this before has made a reproduction sticker, but it looks a little bit odd. It's I would say it's actually just a bit of paper and then it's got some sellotape or something stuck over the top of it to make it look shiny. It's a pretty poor print as well. If you look at the quality of the front, if I show you there, you can see it's not a very high res print. Also, all of the chrome seems to be missing off the little neck section there. The head's a bit loose and it is also a bit yellowed on the front. And also all of the chrome paint that should be on these little lines on the side of the head is missing, so that will need to be replaced. So I think the first thing to do is to get this little figure apart, give him a good clean, and then we'll see what needs to be done. I think we'll also remove the sticker at the same time so that we can just have a bare bones body to start work on. Taking the R5 apart is a very easy job. It's just got one screw in the bottom there, so you'll need a Phillips screwdriver, and we can unscrew the head and everything should then fall apart. These are nice easy figures to fix because of this construction method, so just unscrew that. So there's the screw, that's a little bit rusty, so we can clean it up. There's the head, again a little bit rusty. It's not in bad condition actually, it's just yellowed at the front and missing the chrome paint, so that shouldn't be too hard to do. Then we have the little neck section. Again, that's not in bad condition. It's just all the chrome has been removed from it. There's a tiny little bit of chrome left under there, but otherwise it's all gone, so that will need fixing. Then the legs, let's check those are all right. Yeah, those look in good condition. There's nothing much going on there. A little bit of yellowing on them, but nothing too bad. Take the other one off. Yeah, nothing broken on that. So, and there's the body section, which just has this terrible sticker on it. Let's just see if we can remove that. Oh, it's actually coming off quite easily. There's going to be a bit of sticker residue left, but we can remove that using some lighter fluid and then give everything a nice wash. So, yeah, let's have a look at this sticker. It looks to me like it's been printed and then there's been some sticky back plastic or something put over the top of it. It's a pretty poor quality and I think we can make a better one than that. So, right, that's everything ready. Let's give it all a good clean, get the glue off this, and we can then start restoring it. To remove the sticky residue on the body section, the best way to do that is with some lighter fluid. You can pick this up at most sort of hardware stores or newsagents, and then just get a bit of kitchen cloth or something, some sort of cloth. Put a bit of the lighter fluid on it and then gently rub away, and the sticky residue will just sort of rub off quite quickly. There we go, you can see that's already being removed. And there we have the body now with no sticky marks left on it. To get rid of the yellowing, I'm going to use the standard method of putting the bits of plastic in hydrogen peroxide. Now I have some here in a jam jar. The sun in England is intermittent, so sometimes we have nice sunshine, sometimes we don't, so it can take a few days for the yellowing to disappear. Actually, now that I've taken the sticker off this, I can actually see there's a slight bit of a yellow mark around the bottom edge, so I think I'm going to put both bits in, leave them for as long as it takes, which could be 2 or 3 days, and get that back to being as white as I can, and in the meantime work on the rest of the figure. For the chrome on this R5's neck piece, I'm going to use the same spray chrome that I use on my Death Star droid restoration project that you might have watched recently. It produces a pretty reasonable result and is actually a fairly cheap way of getting chroming done. There are more expensive ways, but generally with my restorations I try to do things as cheap as possible and with stuff that you would more than likely have lying around your house. So we'll go ahead and spray this, and hopefully it should look pretty good once it's done. And here we have all the bits back. As you can see, this is the chromed neck section. The chrome's not too bad. As I've said before when doing the Death Star droid, it's a little bit duller than professionally done chrome, but it still looks pretty good. And I think by the time this is in place under the neck like so, you won't really notice that it's not quite as shiny as the original stuff. Also, you can see here we have the neck and the body back that I've been de-yellowing in some hydrogen peroxide. It's gone pretty well. There's still a little bit of a tint of yellow on the front here, but you can't often get rid of all of the yellowing. This is certainly a lot better than it was originally, but still not perfect, but it's certainly a much better job. And the body section is actually pretty good. That's gone back to pretty much white there. So let's get on with the next stage, which I think first thing I'm going to do is I want to paint the little bits of silver back on the side of this head section here for R5. Now I'm going to use the same paint that I've used for spraying the silver bit, and really all I'm going to do is shake this stuff up and spray a little bit into the lid and then paint it on with a paintbrush. Now as I'm doing this inside today, I'm going to spray it under a little bit of cloth so I don't get much spray back, and like so. And there you can see I've now got some sort of the chrome there in the bottom, and I can just paint that on, do that quite quickly before it sets. For the sticker to go on R5's body, I always have a problem with this because I've only got two types of printer paper, and I've only ever been able to find two types of sticky back printer paper to use. I've got this one here, which is a sort of matte finish, which looks pretty good actually. My printer seems to print quite nicely on it, and over a couple of years it does tend to sort of yellow a little bit, which makes it look quite good. If you can see here, this is an original sticker and it sort of matches the tone, but the finish isn't quite right. The original ones have a little bit of a shine to them, and this is quite clearly matte. Then I have one other type of printer paper, which is a shiny sort of gloss paper, as you can see here, which is very white, and it does age quite nicely, but as you can see, it still doesn't quite look the right sort of finish. It's close, but it's not quite right. So I thought I'd try another trick this time. So what I've done is I've printed some of these stickers, and this is onto my matte sticker paper, as you can see here. Then I've sprayed it with this clear lacquer. So here we have the clear lacquered version. So as you can see, it's now gone a little bit shiny. Not quite as shiny as the gloss paper, but not quite as dull as the original paper. So you can see the two here, if I hold them together, you can see one is much shinier than the other. And I think that's actually given quite a nice finish. I'm going to use this lacquered version and cut it and put it on the body, and hopefully that should look quite nice. So let's go ahead, cut this out, and we'll stick it onto the body. Right, with the sticker all cut, there is a trick. As you can see at the moment, this is nice and flat. If you roll the sticker a bit so that it's got a slight curve to it, it'll actually make it a little bit easier to stick it onto the body section, and stops it from trying to unwrap itself once you've stuck it in place. So we just put a bit of a curve onto that. We can then go ahead and try and stick it. So first thing to do is get the backing off. There we go. I'm just going to peel half away to start with, so that'll give me time to get it all placed nicely. There we have it. I actually think that gives quite a nice finish. The lacquer spray certainly gives a nice tone to the paper. If I hold this together to an R2 here, so you can see they've got a similar sort of shine to them. So that's a lot better than the matte paper and not as glossy as the gloss paper. So I think I might try that in future. It certainly seems to work quite nicely. Right, let's go and put the rest of this figure back together. Putting R5 back together is just the reverse process of getting them apart. So you just drop the two legs on either side, drop his neck section in. This can go around either way, there's no specific way that needs to go, and put his head on like so. And then we can drop the screw down the middle and screw it in place. Now I've not touched up any of the red paint on this R5, but you know, you can if you want to. I quite like the little chipped bits on this body. If I was going to paint it red, I would have gone to the Humbrol website where they have a colour chart, and I'd have picked the red that was closest to this red. The reds change across the droid, some are a little bit more orange, so there's no definite colour to it. But in this instance I'm going to leave it because I quite like these little sort of rough markings on him. And this is the finished R5. As you can see, this guy on the right is the one that I've just restored, and this is the one that I currently have in my collection with a slightly yellowed sticker, as you can see here. But look at putting them side to side, he looks really nice. The finished sort of details on him, the finished chrome, it's actually quite hard to spot which is which. Obviously this chrome is slightly shinier than the chrome spray that I've used, but really it's pretty hard to tell. The actual paint on the sides of his head there looks pretty much the same, and the sticker, currently this is a very nice fresh brand new sticker, and over sort of 6 months or so that should dull down a little bit and end up looking a little bit more like that. But the new lacquer spray finish I put on it actually does look very nice. I will try that on some other of my droids that I've got for restoration, because I think that gives a very nice slightly shiny but not too glossy finish to this sticker, and it does yeah, that looks pretty good. So there we have it. That's the sort of restoration of a figure that I was sent in that's sort of been badly restored, and just to show that you can still make something that someone's had a go at look pretty good in the end. I'm really quite pleased with this, and this will go in one of my ships here at toy-polloi. So I hope that's been of interest to you, and thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching toy-polloi. Subscribe for more great videos. You can also follow toy-polloi on Twitter and Facebook.